I got into this trade in the I period. You can see how we kind of flushed out, and I was waiting for it to kind of catch a. I wanted to go up a little bit and then pull back, and I waited it to come back. Waited for it to come back to that value area, low area. It's a little bit late. I really feel like I should have got one set in closer to that B low. Closer to the 6,075. Like I said, it was a little bit late, so I only went in with two because I'm kind of catching it, and I didn't want it to. I wasn't sure if it was gonna, continue flushing that B low. And then you had the gap from the morning down there too. So right in this area, I'm looking for a place, kind of another pullback that I could add in my other set of contracts, but it never lets up. So I end up only going with two here. And the reason I was looking at this trade is you can see how, we're still above the gap. It's obviously an uptrend. And I bought G period thinking that it was this, and it made it all the way up there and popped over that top. You can see where the arrow's at. So I knew it was having a hard time getting past that level, and I knew at some point it would flush that out, and we get an opportunity like this I period. You can also see how it's, out of the big node of the volume profile. I highlighted that area. That's the overnight high, and then obviously you're looking at that, the D, E, F, G, H high there. What I thought is that we would maybe move up a little bit, then we'd get a pullback, and then we'd kind of slingshot past those levels. And I was really looking for the 6,100 would be my next level, the obvious level to look at. But I do have the 90 marked and the 95. And I just shut the drawings on just to make it a little easier. And then I'm also looking at the value at high, which is the green line on the volume profile there, which lines up with the highs, the D, E, G, and H. I think I got into this a little bit late. I should have put one contract down at the bottom of the I period, but I've been going easy on these trades where you kind of catch it out in the middle of nowhere like that, because they can really get on top of you. So you got to be careful with that. And then, like I said, I wanted some kind of pullback here, and I just couldn't get it, or better yet, get to the next time period and get a pullback. So once you see right here, I'm looking at the overnight high just to see how it reacts there. Because we blew right through the VWAPs, which you would expect in this. We blew right through this overnight high. Like I said, I just wanted it to keep going. But once we got up here, I only had two, so I felt it would kind of be irresponsible to not take one. So I go ahead and take one contract. And then, like I was saying, I thought we would get that pullback maybe into that first node or the second node in the volume profile, or maybe that VWAP area, which is that RTH VWAP is a dotted dash line. I'm sorry, the dotted line. The session VWAP is a dash line. I thought we'd get a pullback, in J period, which we do, but it moves so fast that it just threw me off, and I was disoriented in what I wanted to do. It didn't quite look right to me, and I didn't expect that big or that quick drop like that, and I didn't expect it to go so far. Like I said, my ultimate goal was I thought we would slingshot past these highs, and even there with the I period, when it didn't break it, I was a little bit leery, even though it was still kind of part of my plan. So right in here, I was looking for a pullback that I could add back at least that contract, if not add more. What I wanted to do is add 3 contracts, giving me, my 4 contracts to break that high. And just see how quick and deep that pullback was. We do get right back up there, but once we recover, I go ahead and take my second contract, thinking that I'm just going to, see what happens. Because of all the failure up there with the D, E, G, and the H, I just thought we might just keep moving lower. So I got out of that contract, but you could easily have picked up the K period, which I did, and that moved the rest. So it's not as, it's not as smooth as holding it the whole way, but I just felt like it was the way to go with this trade.